So I have this thing, call it a little quirk if you will. I have hair in my armpits. I have it there for a few reasons. 1, lazy. 2, fuck the patriarchy. And 3, your response to them tells me everything I need to know about you.
Why has no one called out this person for the Hasidic Jewish cultural appropriation that she's doing here? You know, see the curls on the side of her, the sideburns just there. Hi, I'm Ariel, your favorite non-leftist lesbian, here to call out once again the bullshit in her community. Can't stand the community at the moment. Been doing this for far too long, so what's on the chopping block today?
I'm Cody, pronouns em, ers, or zem, zers, or really any neo-pronouns that aren't z, her. I am a white, transmasculine, femme, non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill, culturally Jewish, Unitarian Universalist, non-monogamous, demi-low romantic, gray demi-bisexual, survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health recovery.
Just this. Someone posted a response. Same energy. They posted the back of a tuna can or something. I can't. Oh my God, we have a sponsor today that we have to thank. Thank you so much to Atlas VPN for coming through and keeping both you and I safe online. You can use them on all of your devices with just one subscription. They have the best VPN deal on the market right now, an end of the year sale. That means if you get a 3-year subscription, it comes out to just $1.39 a month. Insanely cheap. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee just in case you don't like it, but I know you will. Not only do they protect your information, but it also blocks all the dangerous links and trackers, and it notifies you when someone is trying to steal your data. Also, you know how some shows on Netflix or Amazon Prime have like geo restrictions and you can't watch them unless you're in certain areas of the world? With Atlas VPN, it allows you to bypass these restrictions. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy with some snacks. So go and check them out now. Remember that a 3-year subscription only costs you $1.39 a month. Also, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Click the link in the description below to go and check them out before the deal is over. And thank you so much for supporting brands who support this channel.
Left-hander. The system has always been against me. I am oppressed. Everything in this right-handed world is not meant for left-handed people, even in the workforce.
Oh my God. Okay, we have left-handed oppression and right-handed privilege. Okay, I'm a righty, but I do certain things lefty, so does that mean I am both oppressed and privileged? Like, what if somebody's ambidextrous? What does that make them? Yes, most people are right-handed, and yes, most things are made for people that are right-handed. That's not oppression and privilege, that's good business sense.
We were discriminated against since biblical times, and we are still discriminated against today. You're privileged.
I mean, yeah, this is partially true. Religious people can be nuts. We know this, especially if they're superstitious. I specifically remember people that I went to Catholic school with telling me that if they were writing with their left hand, the nun would slap it out of their hand and put it in their right hand. Like, this is a thing that used to happen.
Left-handedness is mentioned 25 times in the Judeo-Christian Bible, describing it as someone deserving of a lesser blessing, as conniving, as a fool, as someone cursed into everlasting fire with the devil. It was also believed that Eve was developed from Adam's left side, resulting in left-handedness not only being associated with femininity, but consequently, inferiority. During the Spanish Inquisition, the Catholic Church would condemn and occasionally execute those who used their left hand. Likewise, across the Atlantic at the Salem witch trials, left-handedness was one of the many pieces of evidence used to implicate those suspected of witchcraft.
Yes, societies in the past did treat lefties like they were crazy, but I don't think anyone is doing that today. Wait. Literally my entire channel is about how lefties are crazy. That's not the same thing. We have hair oppression now and hair privilege. The first thing I have to say in regards to that is, what about gingers? What about them having no souls? Are gingers like extra oppressed? What about people that don't have hair at all? And who can forget about the kid in, I think it was the UK, who complained about them being non-binary and the stress and trauma that comes with them getting a haircut.
Sometimes I need a haircut. It's really that simple. But simplicity seems to jump out the window when I head out the door into our society, which has a limited capacity for people who don't fit the norm. And we're normally offered female or male. Mark the box of a tick, please make yourself fit. But I'm more that other, if that's even an option.
I've said this on my channel, I'm gonna say it again. Gays and lesbians have been gender non-conforming for years. Not one gay and lesbian has ever felt or said that they were oppressed for those things. In fact, most of the lesbians that I know enjoy going to the barbershop. Gay men love going to the spa. I don't know one gay man or one lesbian that's ever felt oppressed by any of this. CBC Toronto tweeted, hair is key to affirming transgender and gender non-conforming people's identities, but they often have trouble accessing haircuts that help them look the way they feel. Okay, nobody gives a shit what haircut you get. Stop inventing oppression where it doesn't exist. Good Morning America tweeted, a look at Crown Act, which bans discrimination because of hair. Dove was instrumental in getting the law passed after a number of black children were forced to cut their hair or remove their braids. Okay, yeah, this is actual oppression. This is up. If your hair naturally looks better in a certain state, allow them to do that. Braids shouldn't be considered unprofessional. Braids are just braids. Braids keep many people's hair neat. Height oppression. Oh my God! Finally, I'm finally oppressed. I'm definitely oppressed with this one. Listen, I'm 5'1". I have height oppression. Funny because everybody assumes that I'm 5'6" because I have a big personality, but I'm little. And you know what? The world is not built for me. Similar to being trans or gay or lesbian, the world isn't built for shorter people. I am shorter than the average person, and I don't expect the world to cave to my needs. I simply date tall women because they make me feel safer and they can reach things for me on top of the top of my fridge and top of the cabinets and I will say though, when I date taller women, my face tends to be right in their boobs, so I definitely think that's privilege, not oppression.
How many of you go to the grocery store and you need somebody to help you with the top shelf? Okay, so we got a good number of you. That is a system of oppression. It means that every grocery store, literally almost across the nation, was built for the average height person. All of you in this room experience privilege, and all of you in this room experience oppression in some way, big or small, right? You shouldn't feel guilty for your privilege. How are you going to use it for good?
At least she says the truth here, right? Everybody suffers some oppression and some privilege in some way, in one way or another, at different times in their lives. I mean, yeah, aren't you basically saying that life can't accommodate people equally 100% of the time? I mean, yeah, that's life. Just to play devil's advocate here, though, I am curious if I could find privileges that come with these oppressions, like, bald people. They might have no hair, but they save money on tons of hair products. I mean, that's a privilege, saving money, right? Oh God, this article is old, but it still makes sense it still doesn't make sense, but it's still relevant in 2021. Listen to this. A student asked me, what does implicit bias look like? Give me some examples. And the teacher said, I am tall, and I know that I am afforded certain privileges just for being tall. Most leaders of corporations, both public and private, are tall. It reinforces my political career trajectory. Of course, I am a dean, and more than likely could become a college president. I have the unearned privilege of height to assist me. Height is a sign of power and authority. And yeah, I mean, I will say this tends to be true if you think about it. Name a gay man that's super tall that you would assume he was a bottom. No, you assume he's a top because height is assumed to be equal to dominance. It's just how it is. It's not accurate, but it's how it is. My height privilege tells me every day that this world compliments and appreciates my height in a very explicit and implicit ways. People assume that because one is tall, they are great at sports, even if they've never played or were not good at any sport. You do not have to be good, you just have to be tall. And if you never played, that's okay. Models are also tall. Models are pretty. Height privilege sends clear messages to tall people that they possess something special in terms of leadership capabilities and perhaps general intelligence. My height adds significantly to my lifetime earning potential. In fact, that is exactly what I have come to know from my own research. Okay, but what are you gonna do about being tall? It's not like you can change your height. I'm done. Also, apparently, capital letters are oppressive. Capital letters. You heard me right. Capital letters are oppressive now. Of course, this comes out of a Canadian university. I'm not surprised. Canadian University Department drops capitalization to resist acknowledging oppressive power structures. Listen to this. An academic at a Canadian university joined the lowercase movement, that just sounds very unappealing, to fight against the oppression of Indigenous people, she announced. We resist acknowledging the power structures that oppress and join the movement that does not capitalize. The capital letters that they're talking about, by the way, are for things like doctor. The academic's resistance to capital letters comes from the discovery of more than 1,000 unmarked graves at a Canadian residential school where many Indigenous people were forcibly sent to assimilate Indigenous children into a Euro-Canadian culture. Okay, like, what does that do for the actual indigenous people? How does that help anything? It doesn't. It's just moral superiority complexes. It's just, look how good I am, look how nice of a person I am. I'm uncapitalizing my D in doctor. Okay, let me see what this is. Dr. Linda Meniguns. That's her name, Meniguns? Wait, her whole name is lowercase. That's a great name, by the way, but it looks really weird when it's lowercase. She joined the lowercase movement to reject the symbols of hierarchy wherever they are found and will not use capital letters except to acknowledge the indigenous struggle for recognition. I'm done. Dr. Meniguns, I think that if you drop your terrible, pointless ideals, I think that we would really like you just for your name alone in the United States. Dr. Meniguns. It's almost too perfect. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is the most ridiculous new form of oppression that you've heard over the past 2 years, let's say? I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, make sure you subscribe and go follow me on my Facebook page if you like my political takes. I am posting 4 videos a day over there. Facebook.com/Ariel is hamming. And yeah, see you then. Bye.